We have come. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Would you look at that? The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, the Northern War. That's right. We have come to watch episode 7, I think. Right? Yeah. Last episode, we had Lavi Squad's captain being captured by Lecter. Oh my god, he did. Kinda, I guess you could say, sacrificed himself to let the rest of the group get away. Last episode gave me the impression that they are finally going to get back into the main storyline. We had a couple of these episodes where it seemed like it was kind of filler. Lavi's group kind of just, I don't know, went around doing side quests. It felt weird, you know, considering we're supposed to be focusing on the Northern War. I mean, I'm kind of expecting something to happen. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many episodes there are. I think there's like 12 or 13, but if there is more, then, well, then it makes sense. Other than the one guy getting captured last episode and, you know, Milliam and Altina showing up, there wasn't really much else, I feel like. Let's just get right into the next episode, shall we? Okay, there's some sort of fight going on. Well, it seems like it's the Northern Jaegers fighting something.
For real? All units, fall back.
Wait.
Keep going, Colonel. I owe you one.
Is it? Hang on. It is, right? It has to be, right? I mean, it has to be, right? Gun and sword? Come on. It is. I'm 95% sure. We just haven't seen enough. I'm guessing this is a flashback.
Made it just in time.
Dad? What are you doing out here?
We'll talk later. Can you still fight?
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Traitor! Explain yourself immediately, Vlad!
Jesus, dude. We start off with a fucking banger. They didn't say names yet. Until we get the confirmation, I cannot bring it out yet. I need confirmation. I am 95% sure that it is her, but I need confirmation. Okay, I guess we just went away from the flashback now. We're back to normal, maybe.
You want some?
Surprised you can eat.
Don't be like that, Tally.
How can you even think about food?
It's a natural part of life. People get hungry, so they gotta eat.
I can't seem to find my appetite when a comrade's been taken prisoner. Are you trying to say he was killed?
There's no way. Martin's alive. If that was all they wanted, it would have been easy for them to kill all of us where we stood.
True enough.
We made it!
Where are they going?
And
Okay,
that's
Jaina.
pretty much it. But Tally can give more details,
Oh.
I bet.
I guess they went back to Northumbria?
Hanging here, help me out, will ya?
Does that conclude your report? If so, then you are dismissed.
No, but we're...
And what about Martin?
Huh?
When appropriate, we will take steps to negotiate with the Empire through the proper channels.
That's it?
What? Were you hoping we would orchestrate a rescue? Now then, it seems your scouting mission is complete. But for your next assignments, Issaria, you're on the supply division.
Yes, ma'am.
And as for you two, you have orders to return to your post as instructors and train the incoming new recruits.
I mean, that's basically what I would have expected. I mean, that's kind of how military is, right? A lot of the time, the more level-headed ones are going to be the commanders, and the more emotional ones are going to be the grunts on the front line. It's like Jaina said, what is going to happen if someone gets captured? Because technically, they're not at war yet. This would probably be more like, I don't know, like a spy getting captured during peace times. And you know, there's gonna be some backdoor negotiations going on, some underground negotiations between countries. It's not like you're gonna.
The gift has been delivered as planned.
It's not like you're gonna just like mount a rescue mission. You know, that would be like an international incident immediately.
For now, we have to have faith that Scarecrow will take care of the rest. The powder keg is set and ready to explode at a moment's notice. Which begs the question, how exactly will we spark the fuse?
Good question. Heimdall, eh?
It's been ages since we've been able to get together like this. You can blame the political academy for piling on too many.
Why? Why it gotta be Magius, dude?
They've got me writing reports even when I'm asleep.
The Music Academy keeps us busy too, but I probably shouldn't complain since I get to focus on what I love.
Sounds like you're having a good time.
I am, and now...
Okay, they definitely didn't bring the voice actor for Elliot here, I think. I did check the, who was coming back from the games to voice in the anime for the English dub, but I don't remember the list exactly. I know Reen and Sarah. Those were the only two that I really checked. And I confirmed those two, but the rest of them I didn't really check.
People's speaking voices sound like melodies to me.
Apparently the Ashen Chevalier totally destroyed the Republican troops all by himself.
That's the Empire's hero for you. I bet he's a total sweetheart, too.
Oh my god, he is.
Strong, stoic warrior type with silver hair. I'd give anything just to meet him.
Same here.
Is that?
To meet him. Same here. Type with silver hair.
Is that a reference? There's gotta be a reference, right?
I'd give anything to
Silver hair? If you know, you know.
Anyway, change of subject. Are you still taking orders from Captain Arundel?
I am.
Although, I don't see how these people, why they're like assuming Reen's appearance, considering he was in the newspaper. After Crossbell, he was in the newspaper. I'm pretty sure.
How do I put this? If I see someone asking for help, or if I know someone is suffering and there's something I can do to stop it, then I can't just ignore them. That's all.
Yeah, Reen is the classic hero type.
So,
Classic
what kind
good
of
guy.
hero did you think you'd become when all of this started? Was the Reen we used to know really some kind of invincible man of virtue and courage?
Yep.
Didn't you used to threaten all the other boys that fell for Elisa's smile?
Ah!
Reen and girls were always a bad mix. Remember the entrance ceremony?
Come on, guys, could you give me a break?
My reports can wait for me. We're friends, aren't we?
God damn it, Magius.
Thanks.
Stop being so clingy. Ah, and then there's these two. Just having a nice afternoon tea.
The city sure is beautiful, don't you think?
I'm still waiting for the punishment and torture.
Oh, I just want to know how our guest is enjoying his time here.
Punishment and torture is not really Lecter's MO. You know, he's the type to have leverage over you. He doesn't need to resort to torture.
The citizens you encounter are leading happy, fulfilling lives. There are educational institutes everywhere, enriching the minds of our youth as they prepare for their bright futures. Tensions
Indeed.
between the nobles and commoners are easing as well. Every one of us is moving steadily towards an ideal nation for the benefit of all. The Imperial government is going to extend an offer to Northumbria. It's time to form a partnership in the name of a better tomorrow.
You know, that makes about as much sense as a big bad wolf wanting to befriend a sheep. Power is in your hands. You could annex us with the touch of a finger.
I dislike methods that will leave scars.
Huh?
Indeed.
If you become Imperial territory, your people could lead much more affluent lives. I should think that would be a very good deal for Northumbria.
Now that I think about it, a lot of the time, situations like this between countries are very similar to how some companies buy out other companies, like game developer companies, for instance, buying out other game developing companies, right? Like EA buying, like, I don't know, BioWare or whatnot, right? A company is in dire straits, maybe financially or something, or in this case, a country is in dire straits, and then like a bigger company, more successful company comes and buys them out. Obviously, there are times when even EA has been called the game developing company killer, right? Or something along those lines, where they buy out a game company and then dissolve the company sometime later, and then just take their developers and spread them out onto their main flagship like companies or flagship names and games. But in that sense, you know, sometimes signing with a bigger company, or like, you know, kind of selling your company to be under the name of a bigger company, like in the case of like BioWare signing with EA, right? Or EA buying BioWare. It's kind of like you might have a bigger budget, you might be more successful. Even VTubers, right? People sign with agencies. Why? You know, you could be successful on your own, but agencies provide you with the tools, the resources to be more successful. In the case of Northumbria here, they're in a position, honestly, to just surrender to Erebonia and potentially become a better place. Yes, they would have to give up their traditions and, what's the word, autonomy? Individuality, I guess? But in the case of Northumbria, like, they're kind of in a bad spot, you know? They're already kind of a poor country, and it's like, if you just kind of go quietly under the wing of the Erebonian Empire, then actually could be a good thing. You know, Northumbria might become more prosperous. That's my view on things anyway. I think if you get to a point where you're so poor as a country, or like as a nation, I feel like having a more powerful country take you under their wing means protection, resources, and help. Obviously, there's drawbacks as well, but still, you know, if you're eventually going to die by yourself anyway, you know, if you want to survive, you might have to get the help of a, you know, major power.
Expecting us to sell our souls for affluence?
I'm advising you to do it while they still fetch a high price.
Do you have a good reason our souls would go for less?
I couldn't say.
Sell their souls, eh? Honestly, the more I look at it, it's not really that bad of an offer, honestly. I'm not sure what he means by selling their souls, but still, like, obviously, having another nation kind of bearing down on you, especially like a major power like Erebonia, might feel oppressive. But, you know, if you look at it in the long run, you're kind of in a bad spot anyway, so it's like, might be a blessing in disguise.
So this little exercise of yours is pointless anyway.
If that's true, then why did you save Lavian? I believe you can help us.
You really piss me off. Fine, you're on. Good, then we have a deal. But remember this, the guy you're having tea with burnt Celdic to the ground for the sake of some Mira. You get what you get when you trust a Northern Jaeger.
Oh, trust me. Lecter isn't one to not see a betrayal coming. He's probably the one who incites the betrayal first, and then just has everything go according to his plan. And we're back to training.
Remember not to rely on this sight alone. Now steady your aim.
Hey, wait, is that Lavian? She used to be so wild, but now she's different. Huh?
Me and Lavi aren't the same maidens as we were before the Imperial capital.
Maidens?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lavi used to be kind of the same. I suppose Lavian has kind of matured a little bit, especially with episode 5 when she and Nasaria kind of bonded, I guess. So I feel like Lavi's
Yesterday and the day before.
Kind of shed some of her burdens, I guess. Oh, and then there's this guy.
Instructor Lavian, I am here for a rematch.
Ah, I see. I see what they're doing. I'm guessing they're gonna fight, and this time, Tally is not going to hesitate. Because last time, if you remember, when they fought, Tally hesitated, and then Lavi kicked his ass, right? So I'm guessing this time he's not going to hesitate. Because he's learned. He's developed.
Eager for our last duel. What's changed?
I have a goal. And if I win, you're going to help me.
Help you continue the scouting mission?
That's right.
If I win?
Anything you say goes.
Then I accept.
Right. Here I come.
Oh my god, wait.
Here she comes!
Oh my god, here she comes indeed. We have come.
Now, come! 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 Come!
We have come.
Here I come!
We have come.
Here she comes!
We have come.
Here she comes!
We have all come. Oh my god, we have. We have come to watch Northern War Episode 7. What did you think I was talking about?
Looks like he's really motivated this time.
Take this seriously, or you'll never win!
You're too worked up.
No surprise there.
Talion.
It's time to stop running away and find a goal of your own like Talion has.
Here she comes!
Don't stop till you reach it.
We were betting on the same thing.
So what? Are they going to just disobey orders and, wait. Is that it? Is that why? Is that what lights the fuse?
What's gotten into her?
They try to rescue the guy, and then Erebonia uses that as the excuse?
You've tamed the stubbornest chairperson of the Monsters' Den and masterfully taken control of the legislature. But that's to be expected of the man clever enough to use Colonel Wallenstein's death to get rid of Vlad and control the Northern Jaegers.
So it was, yeah.
He leveraged the Colonel's death? Would you mind elaborating about what you just said?
Here is the truth that was withheld from all of you.
Ah, Sarah.
Made it just in time.
Dad?
Hey, you there! Hold on! You're a child? Wait!
So who actually shot? The kid?
Traitor! Explain yourself immediately, Vlad! Clark, what are you?
Dad?
Now you understand what it means to be a Jaeger. You need to think long and hard about whether this is the path you wish to follow.
Until I hear her name said, it is not yet time. It is not yet time.
You traitor! Explain yourself immediately! Vlad saw that it was a child and stopped himself. And for that, I can't fault him. But Glark, he accused Vlad of paying the kid to assassinate the Colonel. Even if Vlad tried to deny it, he knew there was no way we could accept his word over that of a legend like Glark without facing consequences ourselves. I will pick up where Vlad left off. Our names will be recorded in the annals of history as the heroes who saved Northumbria.
So it seems like the kid shot Colonel Wallenstein instead of letting the kid take the fall or like to take the blame. I guess Glark blamed Vlad instead. Because I mean, it's kind of like, would you rather ruin this kid's life, this kid's future, or blame, you know, your friend or your comrade instead to take the fall. You know, a soldier. And then Vlad also didn't fight it because they tried to let the kid go, I guess. Who was the kid, though? And I guess Vlad suspected or figured that the child was hired or, you know, sent by Galark himself? Maybe?
I forced Vlad to take the blame for a crime he did not commit. In truth, the Colonel was gunned down by a Needhog soldier, but instead I accused Vlad of the deed, and claimed he did so while in enemy territory, because that's how your grandfather wanted it. The Northern Jaegers were always divided. Some had dreams of building a future for themselves outside of war. Others saw battle as the best and only means of advancement. But what was remarkable about Valestein was that his tactical genius and charisma allowed him to have great influence over both parties. After his loss, the two factions supported Vlad and me respectively. When it was clear something had to be done, Vlad decided in order to ease tensions, prevent division among the Northern Jaegers, and protect the sovereignty of Northumbria, he needed to step away of his own volition. To avoid more bloodshed, Vlad offered himself as a common enemy to unite the Northern Jaegers.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was happening. Once he said that Vlad wanted it to happen, then I was like, probably as like a common enemy kind of thing. Because like if you see this quite often. Well, maybe not often, but occasionally you see this in stories where, you know, a character gets blamed on purpose so that everyone else kind of unites or at least starts to hate him. You know, have a reason to not follow him anymore. You know, especially if they are divided. Half the nation is following Galark and the other half is following Vlad. So it's like, how do you get the half that is following Vlad to follow Galark now? So it's like, blame me for murder, something that I didn't do, and then people will see me as like the villain or like just a bad guy that people wouldn't want to follow. And then, yeah, I mean, it'd be what it'd do, you know?
This pact was between Vlad, myself, and no one else. If you wish to achieve something in this life, then it is you who must use your lineage, before someone else has the chance to use it instead. Come.
Terrible news!
What's the matter?
We have received word that the Empire is demanding that Northumbria pay reparations for the razing of Celdic.
So they are
They're
making that move.
us the villains for something they started of their own accord? That's some audacity.
I'm sure this has always been the Empire's intention.
No way. Do you think that was why they used the Northern Jaegers?
No proof remains that they
most likely
orchestrated everything themselves. All that's left is the reality of the razing. That, and their unquenchable hatred of the North. I'm asking you to work beside me as my right hand. I will handle all of the duties of the hero. It is not my intention to exploit Vlad's legacy through you. However... It is my wish that you would help me carry out the will of your grandfather. The one that belonged to my dearest friend.
I understand.
I suspect there's more to this than he's letting on.
Thank you for taking the time to visit.
Yeah, and it was why'd I have
Doovily. You see, if you don't know, I have a very interesting relationship with this woman. Right here. See, I've beaten her ass multiple times, and when I say beaten her ass, I don't mean in the literal sense. Actually, sometimes in the literal sense, considering we've fought and I've beaten her ass multiple times. But when I say beaten her ass, I don't mean that I've beaten her ass literally, even though I'm sure, you know, it's very fine. My point is, she and I, you know, we fight, and I've beaten her ass multiple times, and she just shows up, you know, she shows up. And we have a fight. It's like that one woman that you meet and you have sex with, but you keep having arguments constantly. You're not boyfriend or girlfriend or anything. You meet up, you have arguments, and then you have sex. You have that like fight sex or whatnot, right? And it's like every time it's great, but god damn, she just shows up is annoying, and then we beat her ass. Oh my god, we do. Duvally the Swift. Also, actually, before we watch this end credit scene, let me talk about this a little bit real quick. It seems like, you know, Glark here getting Lavi on his side. As I said, it feels like there's more to this than he's letting on. It seems like Jaina as well seems to think that this is all part of the plan, kind of thing. And then we have Talion knocking on the door here, and Jaina is on the other side, question mark? Like, I've seen scenes like this before, where they make it seem like a character is knocking on the door, and then they show what's on the other side. But in reality, he's actually knocking on someone else's door, and someone else here is knocking on Jaina's door. So it's kind of like a fake out, making you think that maybe Talion is going to Jaina, but in reality, he's not. We see that very often in different stories.
Thank you for taking the time to visit.
Yeah, and it was quite the journey. Why'd I have to leave Master's side to come to the boonies?
Before it takes on Imperial colors, I wanted you to take one last look at the lead gray of Northumbria.
A wasteland that awaits its own demise.
God damn it.
I sense a faint, fleeting sort of beauty within it. It may even be worth my full attention.
You seem awfully calm. I expected it would trouble you if the Empire decided to invade this place.
Who? Me? Please. Although I do agree that it would be rather boring if everything went the Blood and Iron Chancellor's way. So I'll make sure there's at least an entertaining sideshow.
Oh? Should I expect great things? I hope for a symphony of despair, woven with chaos and destruction. An orchestration of red death, filled with broken dreams which stain the earth crimson.
Interesting. Okay. Immediately, let me see this one cut here. I think it was right before this. Okay, it seems like we have 5 people. We have Campanella, Duvally, the other 2, and then Blue Blanc, right? Yeah, I mean, Duvally, god damn, looking great. Oh my god, she is. Just sitting on top of these buildings, talking, and, well, clearly preparing for something. I will say, Sarah? God damn. You have no idea how happy I am. You have no idea. It is Sarah, 100%. The thing is, she's so different. I mean, she's much younger here, but still, god damn, dude. You have no idea how happy I am. You just have no idea. I am definitely incredibly surprised to see Sarah's background, I guess, background story. It's so out of nowhere. Holy shit. And might I say, she's looking mighty fine. But again, they did not say the name of this character. It's Sarah, let's be honest, but until they say the name, until they confirm, until we see her in the present time, I do not think I will bring it out yet. I do not think I will bring it out until that happens. We saw Sarah's father, Colonel Valentine, take his last breath. I'm just kind of baffled. I didn't expect to see some of Sarah's backstory in this episode, like right off the bat here. But I guess they needed to, they kind of used that to lead into the reveal towards the end of the episode. We had some Reen here. It is weird to me that these girls like try to figure out what Reen looks like, even though I'm pretty sure there was like a newspaper article showing Reen's picture. But again, maybe they changed it for the anime, I don't know. Ah yes, then we have this, the classic picture, in anime form this time. You'll see that? Oh my god, not yet, not yet, not yet. Hold, my friends, hold. We have to hold. I didn't even notice this. Holy shit. But, you know, I guess it makes sense that I didn't notice it considering these two. I want to say this was definitely one of the better episodes. This was 100% one of the better episodes. Actually feels like things are actually finally getting going, and I'm not gonna lie, Sarah being in this episode even in a flashback, immediately I give 3 extra points to the episode. Look, I'm biased. What can I say? I'm hella biased. But that's, you know, that's just how it goes. This episode gets a 10 out of 10 from me for Sarah. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. That's life. Oh my god. When it comes to this series, I have a crush, you know? What can I say? I like me this anime character. This is like seeing some of her backstory. Like, I've never seen this. So yes, I really, really like this. And I really, really like her. And then now it seems like Lavi is joining Glark. I'm not sure what they're going to do here. Maybe they're gonna, I don't know, use her connection to her grandfather to, I don't know, fight back, I guess? Or try to unite the people of Northumbria or something? I don't know. We'll have to see. But the fact is, Jaina, surprisingly, I can't tell what Jaina's deal is. Like, I can't tell what Jaina's deal is at all. She seems to play every side. Somehow. Like, she's with Glark at one moment, then she's seemingly scheming with Rogan, then with Campanella. Like what the hell? Who the hell is she? What is she doing? What's her plan? Next thing you tell me she's gonna be Vita or something. That would be one hell of a twist. Regardless, I don't have much else to say other than Sarah! Yes! And that's basically it. Definitely one of my favorite episodes. Is it one of my favorite episodes because of Sarah? Probably. We also saw my little shit of an arch nemesis, Duvalie. She just always keeps showing up. And we keep fighting and I keep beating her ass. And then she runs away, and then she comes back, and so on and so forth. But that was that. That was episode 7 of
The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War.
A lot of the bigger players are coming to the limelight and starting to make their moves. Erebonia also seemingly launched the war, I guess, with the excuse of retaliation for the razing of Celdic. It's still unknown whether or not the reason they hired the Northern Jaegers to raise Celdic was for this purpose exactly, or it might have just been a coincidence. But considering the connection between Rufus wanting to use this as an excuse and his father using the Northern Jaegers to raise Celdic, maybe Rufus actually put that idea in his head. Somehow, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, it seems like the war is finally starting, and we'll see how Lavi and Glark, like what their plan is, and what they can really do. I am so glad to see Sarah, but even though it was just in a flashback, and we will not bring it out until we see her in person, in the present. And if you don't know what it is, you'll see. It's something that I usually use when Sarah shows up. You'll see. Trust me. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode and my reaction to it and my thoughts. And I'll see you in episode 8. See ya.